Everyone thought they had Johnny Depp figured out. They thought they knew exactly what kind of father he must have been when his daughter, Lily Rose Depp, took on her bold and controversial role in The Idol. The internet exploded with speculation. Headlines were written before anyone even asked him what he thought. Fans assumed his reaction was obvious: anger, disapproval, or maybe even shame. But here's the twist most people didn't expect. Johnny's private reaction? It wasn't what people thought at all. And the truth, as you'll see, is far more human, far more complicated, and honestly, far more inspiring than the gossip ever captured. Think about it for a second. Have you ever been in a situation where someone you love, your child, your sibling, even a close friend, made a choice that scared you? A choice you weren't sure you agreed with? Maybe it wasn't acting in a show like The Idol. Maybe it was choosing a career path you didn't understand, dating someone you didn't trust, or stepping into a situation that looked risky from the outside. Your first instinct might have been to protect them. To say no. To step in. But deep down, you also knew you couldn't live their life for them. That's exactly the tension Johnny Depp faced with Lily Rose. When The Idol premiered, people split into two camps. Some praised Lily Rose for being bold, fearless, and unapologetic. They said she was carving her own path, not hiding in the shadow of her famous last name. Others? They criticized the show, they judged her, they called the whole project a mistake. And when you're Johnny Depp, sitting on the sidelines watching your daughter step into that storm, what do? Most people assumed he would explode. That he'd be furious, maybe even embarrassed. But that's where they got it wrong. Depp's first instinct wasn't outrage. It was reflection. And it makes sense when you think about who he is. Johnny Depp has always been the outsider, the artist who makes choices people don't understand. Remember Edward Scissorhands? At the time, people didn't get it. Remember Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean? Studios thought he was too weird, too quirky. Critics doubted him again and again. And yet, those very risks became legendary. So when his daughter made a choice that puzzled people, he didn't see it as a mistake. He saw it as something familiar. Something he himself had lived through. That's why, behind closed doors, he didn't sit her down with anger. He didn't tell her she was wrong. Instead, he chose to trust her. And that choice, trust, is far harder than it sounds. Picture this. Your daughter, your child, is about to take on a role that people all over the world are already criticizing. Social media is buzzing, strangers are making judgments, and you know every headline will drag your family's name into it. What do? Do you step in and say, "No, not this role"? Or do you step back and say, "I trust you"? Most parents would struggle to even answer that question. Johnny faced it head-on. And instead of trying to control her, he let her own her decision. That doesn't mean it was easy. Of course he worried. He's a dad. Dads worry. They worry about their daughters, about their sons, about their futures. And Johnny has seen firsthand how cruel Hollywood can be. He's lived through it. He knows how quickly the world can turn on you. He's been celebrated as a genius one day, and criticized the next. He's seen headlines twist the truth. He's watched the industry eat people alive. So of course, part of him was afraid. But that fear didn't drive his actions. Respect did. Respect for her independence. Respect for her as an artist. Respect for her right to make choices, even if the world didn't approve. And maybe that's the most powerful thing a parent can do. Because let's face it. Parenting is never simple. It doesn't matter if you're a global superstar or just a regular person trying to raise kids. The push and pull is the same. On one side, you want to protect them. On the other, you know they need to grow. If you smother them, they'll rebel. If you let go too much, they might stumble. Finding the middle ground, that's the hardest part. Depp seemed to understand that. Instead of taking over, he stayed close. Instead of judging, he listened. Instead of controlling, he trusted. And in a way, that's even braver than stepping in. Because stepping back takes courage. And here's something a lot of people miss. Lily Rose wasn't just taking on any role. She was making a statement about who she is, separate from her father. She's Johnny Depp's daughter, yes, but she's also an actress trying to carve her own path. And imagine how suffocating it must feel to always have people compare you to your dad. Every move, every project, every performance judged against his legacy. Maybe that's why she chose a role that shocked people, to prove she's her own person. And Johnny, instead of trying to hold her back, gave her the space to do it. That's not weakness. That's strength. Because sometimes the strongest kind of love is the quiet kind. The kind that doesn't shout, doesn't command, doesn't control. The kind that says, I see you. I believe in you. I'll be here, no matter what happens. Now think about this in your own life. Have you ever had someone you care about make a choice you didn't agree with, but you still had to support them? Maybe it was a friend moving across the country. Maybe it was your child choosing a career you didn't understand. Maybe it was your sibling falling in love with someone you weren't sure about. Deep down, you might have been scared for them. But sometimes the best thing you can do is trust that they'll figure it out. That's the quiet lesson Johnny Depp shows us here. Support doesn't always mean agreement. It means presence. It means being there, even when you're not sure where things will go. And let's not forget, Depp knows better than almost anyone what it's like to be misunderstood. His own life has been a roller coaster of public opinion. He's been loved, hated, celebrated, and criticized, sometimes all in the same year. He knows the sting of judgment. So when people judged Lily Rose, he didn't jump to condemn her. He saw it for what it was, part of the journey. And that's the bigger lesson here. Growth isn't comfortable. It's messy. It's controversial. It's sometimes even painful. But it's necessary. And if parents try to shield their kids from every risk, every mistake, they rob them of the chance to grow. So what do you think? If you were in Johnny Depp's shoes, how would you have reacted? Would you have supported Lily Rose, or would you have tried to talk her out of it? It's not an easy question, is it? And that's what makes this story so relatable. It's not just about Hollywood. It's not just about a famous family. It's about the universal struggle of letting go while holding on. Johnny Depp's reaction wasn't what the headlines wanted. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't scandalous. It was quiet. Respectful. Supportive. And in a world where everyone wants to shout, sometimes the quietest actions speak the loudest. That's why this story resonates so much. Because at its heart, it's not about a TV show. It's about love. It's about trust. It's about family. And those are things we can all relate to, no matter who we are. So here's my question for you. If someone you love made a choice that scared you, how would you handle it? Would you step in, or would you step back? Think about it, because one day, you might find yourself at that same crossroads. And if this gave you a new way of looking at Johnny Depp and his relationship with Lily Rose, I think you'll really enjoy exploring more of the moments where he's revealed who he is behind the cameras. Like his quietest moment that shook millions, a side of him most people never see. That's a story you won't want to miss. So if you enjoyed this deep dive, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe for more behind the headline stories, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one. And remember, sometimes the truth isn't loud, it isn't dramatic, and it isn't what you think.